This project, there was one person that was in a group that could draw, and she drew all the dosage forms, okay, that they had to do. And the other team members just wrote about it or whatever. And one group had their pictures and had a jingle. So they sang about it. So it's however you want to do it to present the class of a teaching. You would basically, no ma'am.
She's videoing you.
Don't, like you were attacking me. So you're about to hit me with a little iPad here. You basically will have faith of picking numbers. That's all I can tell you of who will be your group. So it just pick a number and there you go. Okay. There will be numbers already assigned to people that are not here, and so then I will say numbers blah 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 blah. You're in a group. Okay. We have Miss Kristen's not here. Miss Cheryl's not here. There's a whole bunch of other people not here for whatever reason. But it will be a presentation. And if I hear I can't work with this person, you will get a 0, and I'll let the group go on. Okay? Or I don't like, or they're lazy, or this. We're not having negative. Okay? Period. And if I hear it, and I do hear it, it's going to be a 0. Okay? Not because someone's telling me something. So don't make sure your comments should be at your house. Don't even post it on Facebook, because I have y'all secretly watched. I have connection with the FBI. Believe that. I don't know. But anyway, no negativity at all. Get the job done. We need to work together. Because that's what pharmacy is all about, is working together and letting you know that to get a job. But it will be, there's 100 and, I don't know, 69, 70 different forms that the FDA approved. Okay, for example, gum is a dosage form. This medication in gum form. Lollipops, that's another dosage form. You could get animals of different type. That's a dosage form that we deliver medication. You know, so it's all those things. Even cigarettes is a dosage form that we do. Lipstick. They call it lipstick, but it's the chapstick. That's what they call it, lipstick. It's not lipstick by Maybelline, okay? But when they say lipstick, it's made of chapstick, is what they're referring to. So when you get that, you know, or they're going to be creams and ointments, different things, different types of aerosols. There's more than one type of aerosol. You'll be surprised when you start getting these projects. So you are to look them up. So that's what's going to be happening. Let's talk about medication errors today and more about that. As a medical person, you should follow, or the 5 rights should be followed with medication errors so that the errors don't occur. Okay? And the top one is right patient. How do we know we have the right patient? Well, depending in retail or whatever, you're going to ask for ID. You're supposed to. Or you have the caregiver, but whatever, you're going to identify that this is the person, okay? In a hospital setting, it's going to be barcoded and stuff like that is what they're going to use, but they have to have the right patient. Way back in the 80s and stuff, there was no barcoding. It was just going to the patient's room, talking to them, and they had to answer a few questions. In retail, it's communication with the patient, making sure you're giving the right stuff. To pick up medication at Walmart, you have to know the person's birthday. As long as you know that, you know you can get their medicines and you may go. But they're supposed to, when it comes down to controls, you're supposed to show your ID, because the ID needs to go on file. But they don't do that. They're not pushing it, because it takes too much time. That's what they say. But the DMV made it better, because isn't there like a barcode in the back of your license? Mm-hmm. So it should be connected where you run your, I know when you pick up Sudafed at certain places, you got to run your driver's license through, or they run it through for you, and then it covers age and all that, and it tags you, okay? I'm telling you, you'll watch everywhere as you go. You can buy Sudafed here in Lafayette, and then try to go up north in Ruston and buy Sudafed. If you met your limits down here, it's going to be notified. Well then, oh good, I'm going to Texas. Okay, you're going to go to Texas. It is a federal government connection. So what I'm trying to understand, people are like, oh, I just keep on buying my, no, you have a quota of Sudafed you can only buy a certain amount of grams you can buy in a day. And once you meet it, they're not supposed to do the sales. Okay, they have to tell you met your quota. Thank you. But someone's watching you closer because now you met your quota. If you met your quota every other day or every other month, then you might have a meth lab maybe somewhere. But you shouldn't need that much Sudafed. How often do you take Sudafed? Every now and then when I have stuff, yeah. But I don't take it every day of my life. You know, it's not like medication or multivitamin. That you have to take what? Every day they tell you to take one. You know, you know that's normal to take, but Sudafed is not normal to take. And anyway, back to error. So the right patient, you have to make sure you have the right patient. You have to make sure that the patient in any state, you know, are able to talk to you and recognize they're not talking out their head. You know, our people with that develop Alzheimer's and stuff like that, their answer to yes to anything. Have you ever worked with a person of having Alzheimer's? You ask them a question, yeah, okay, or no, they'll disagree with you because they're not there mentally. Okay, they lost track of time somewhere, and they'll just answer things to you. So you got to watch who we're talking with and dealing with. But again, even with the right patient, giving medicines in the nursing home, there's a way for the nurse to know that they're giving the right person. And where they have the Mars at, they have a picture, and it should match what the person looks like, you know. And they should update those pictures, you know, every so often, because we do change, right? You could be in the nursing home admitted at age 50. Now it's age 80. You think you look the same? No. So if you have the picture of a 50-year-old and you look at this person, you're like, do I really have this person? And now they have Alzheimer's, so now they won't be able to tell you they're really that person, and it's sad to say. But you have to have the right person. So there's ways that we did things, barcoding that came around that you are going to be tagged with or whatever. You also have to have the right dose. That's dealing with the strength, and that's having, you know, they make things 25 milligrams, 10 to 5, whatever it is, you need to have it, whatever the doctor has prescribed. Well, now we have barcode, or the FDA says you need to have your stuff barcoded, and you do that in pharmacy. I'll try to have a lab of that also where you will go in there and barcode